I'm really excited to be here in this hall. In fact, when I started my journey promoting the Indian IT industry about 30 years back, those days in India, though we had the premier institutions like IITs, entrepreneurs used to recruit them and place them in some companies in the United States of America and maybe some European companies. We used to call the so-called body shopping. Indian students were able to get good salaries, compensation in countries like United States, but they were not adding to the economic development in India. Thanks to the decisions taken by Government of India to set up the single window government clearance mechanism, the so-called software technology parks of India, we were able to convince all the customers from United States and other countries to give the work back to India. That created a lot of manpower working in India. In fact, those people who went to USA, they are actually spending money in the malls and other facilities in the United States. They are adding economic activity to the United States of America, but not to India. Whereas when we moved the work to India, from where we were, at one point of time, to get the foreign exchange, we were not having money to buy some essential medicines and other things during before 90s, and we had to pledge all our gold to get the foreign exchange to import those essential medicines. From that situation, once we brought the reforms during the P.V. Narasimha Rao's an honorable ex-Prime Minister of India, during that time the Indian reforms have taken place from license Raj to the reforms Raj. And from then onwards, from nowhere, today we are touching the $5 trillion economy in India. And our honorable, thank you, our honorable Deputy Prime Minister of Jamaica was mentioning that whatever you people have done in India, the same thing can be replicated in Jamaica. Sir, it is possible. We already done it. We know the recipe, how to do it, and what are the mechanisms involved. And definitely I need to work with yourself and the Honorable Minister and the team, and how we can make it happen. Today, fortunately, the technologies are changing. In the era of artificial intelligence, the old BPO companies are going to be eliminated because those jobs are getting automated. So we need to find maybe knowledge capital industry, product companies, startup companies. They are the ones who are going to be growth engines for the new economy. That's the reason why we started the International Startup Foundation. We know that services industry per se, like KPO, BPO, all these sectors, they're going to lose jobs because of the automation tools of generative AI and all that. But in India, with 1.5 billion population, we can't afford to not to have the employment creation happening regularly. That's the reason why we decided to create more startups from India who can become unicorns. Unicorn means $1 billion company. And already there are about 83 unicorns came from India. And the next 2 years, about another 200 unicorns are coming up from India. They are actually spreading their markets all over the globe. And most of these successful startups who have become the $1 billion companies, what they are doing is, though India is a big market at this point of time, they also wanted to look at the US markets. They are setting up their units in the United States of America to have the market access in North America. That's where I see the potential. Whereas instead of going to United States of America, these companies, startup companies, already made their mark as $1 billion companies. They can as well come to Jamaica, set up their development center because the cost of operations are less and they can train the people, and North America is close by. So this is the opportunity which I am thinking is possible. For that, we need to create the ecosystem, how we can make it happen. The so-called 80-20 formula, even the Silicon Valley startup companies, sir, what they are doing, when they get first $1 million funding from VC, with $1 million, they can't have all the employees in Silicon Valley because cost of operations is very high. What they are doing, 20% of the manpower only they recruit in the United States. 80% of the manpower they are actually employing in India, either Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, and all the centers. So the same model, we can have 20% of those Silicon Valley companies be there in the Silicon Valley. 80% we can have them in Jamaica because it is not that far away and cost of operations are lower. And also we don't have the visa restrictions. What suppose if my company wants to take a lot of people to United States, lot of restrictions on the H1 visas and L1 visas to take them to United States. Whereas I was also already told that from Krishna Bendapudi that we have got excellent ecosystem here. We don't have any such hassles. So all these things we have to take into consideration, how we can create more jobs here, not just ordinary jobs. Sir, creating those ordinary jobs, I don't think they can create the economic activities. We need to create very high-end jobs. That will happen through the startups. When the startup is incubated in Jamaica and they create a product, that product can be sold in North America, that product can be sold in India, anywhere in the globe. For that, you need to create that kind of ecosystem, and they are the ones who are going to give the taxes to you, and they are going to the people who are going to employ the very high quality people from educational institutions. So world is changing. All the low end of jobs, whether you like it or not, because of the automation tools, they are going to be faded away. How do we create jobs for the young generation who are coming out of the institutions? That's where we are a International Startup Foundation. We are working on that. We already figured out how to do it. The same formula, we can bring it to Jamaica and see that your citizens also will be benefited. And definitely we'll be working with Dr. Guna, Dr. Krishna Bendapudi, who has already done. Though his model of addressing the nearshore operations, that's still possible. There are a lot of companies who are in North America and also in India. They wanted to have access to the customers in North America for the IT services nearshore operation. While that is going on, we need to bring the startup companies. And how do we make the startup companies succeed? Out of Jamaica, out of other places, and create opportunities for Jamaican citizens and also for the whole citizens across the globe. In India, in our Sanatana Dharma, we believe in whole world is one family. We don't think that we are Indians, our families are only in India and all that. Wherever they are, that's why our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji always keeps talking about this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That means whole world is one family. Why we have to only help our people in India? Why not we help our neighboring countries? Why not we help the citizens in Jamaica? Why not we help citizens in America? So that is the kind of a concept that India has got. This ethos were there for thousands of years, the so-called Sanatana Dharma. And we will be more than happy, sir. Wherever there is a need, we are there to help, so that it's a win-win situation. We also believe in the whole world should do very well. That's why in most of the Sanskrit slokas, when they do any rituals, fire rituals and all that, Sarve Jana Sukhinu Bhavantu. That means the whole world has to be happy. Not that only in India, only in Andhra Pradesh, only our community, our caste and all that should be happy. Sarve Jana Sukhinu Bhavantu. That means the whole world should be happy. Then only we can have a happy environment. So we are targeted towards that, sir, and definitely we'll be more than happy to work with Jamaican government and see that whatever your vision and whatever the infrastructure created by Dr. Guna for bringing entrepreneurs like Krishna Bendapudi, we'll bring more such entrepreneurs to your country. Only thing is, we need to create that capsule of what is that we need to do in Jamaica to bring these entrepreneurs to get convinced, yes, they are going to do well by coming to Jamaica. Not only in the other sectors like food processing and all that, maybe it's a little easier. Whereas in the knowledge industry, we need to create manpower first. We need to create maybe infrastructure which is conducive for these startup companies to survive and succeed. So I am very positive about making the Jamaica like what we did, $500 billion economy to with targeting to $10 trillion economy. The same thing can be done. But since we have population is small, we need to look at very high-end jobs so that your taxes that comes to the Jamaican government will be better, and the quality of living also will be better. And we can create, why not we create the companies like Google, Microsoft, Apple from Jamaica? It's possible today. If only we create that environment ecosystem through the startups, it is possible. Once we create one company, for example, I was the managing director of NVIDIA in India. Yesterday I was watching BBC News. They said of all the companies, NVIDIA stocks have gone 5% up. They have beaten Apple. Now their market cap is more than $3 trillion. Second largest after only Microsoft. We sold our company to NVIDIA. Why not we create such companies from here? It's possible. With this, I want to thank Dr. Guna for making this ISF to come to Jamaica. I also want to thank Honorable Minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, and entire the senior officials who are here. And I also want to thank my ISF members who have traveled all the way from USA and India to be part of this organization. Thanks a lot.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.